Hello guys, the top reason for developers to use Inertia in Laravel is to avoid building the API. This is emphasized on the homepage of Inertia. But today I will show you an interesting example of open source project which uses both Inertia and API, but without creating separate API controllers. This is the project called Lua with the dashboard which is powered by Inertia and Laravel. And I will show you the code, I will give you my understanding of logic why it was built this way, and then we can discuss in the comments. And this is not about right or wrong, this is just one example which you may or may not like as another proof of flexibility of Laravel to structure things almost in any way you want. So let's dive into the code. This dashboard that you can see on the screen is powered by route called Analytics. In the routes web of that project we have Analytics controller index. Cool. In that index we have some data from parameters, and then we have Inertia render for all of that dashboard. One view component, Analytics index. If we go back to how it looks, that Analytics index consists of many widgets which are powered by separate view components. And as you can see in the controller, the data isn't loaded here. It is loaded later. And this is exactly the point. So if we go to link index view, which is then used later in the dashboard like this, so link, source, location, and device, those are all components like this one. So if we click inside, we see load data, Axios get, route, analytics, statistics. What is that? This is another route in routes web in the same kind of route group. It's not exactly a group, but visually grouped with the same controller, web controller, analytics controller. We get back here, and underneath that index method we have statistics, which is quite a big method, one method to get the data for any of the metric requested. So there's a huge switch case statement. The stat is a service to get that data from Eloquent from the database, and the most important part, down below, it returns JSON data. So this is actually what I would call API to get the data, called from the Vue.js component here, and that Vue.js component is called by the parent component within Inertia from controller. So it's an interesting life cycle. From user experience point of view, it makes perfect sense. So the analytics page is loaded empty for now, so the users wouldn't wait, and then those individual view components load data from the API. But the interesting kind of plot twist part here is that API is also within the same web controller. If we do that according to like best principles, you probably should have routes API with API routes separately, because that controller is for web purposes, it's in app HTTP controllers. But again, as I told you, Laravel is flexible, so it's not necessarily a separation between web and API if logically that controller is responsible for the same page. In a way, it's kind of like a private method of the same controller to load the data. For example, if you didn't use Vue.js in that thing, that would be totally fine probably to have that method called as a private method inside of that index to get the data and then load into the Blade view. So something like that is happening here. This is my interpretation just for Vue.js. Instead of loading a lot of data here immediately in the index, it is loaded later from Inertia view component. What do you think? Am I interpreting it correctly? And what would you do yourself in that case? Is it a typical use case or maybe an outlier? Let's discuss in the comments below. But also, if you want to learn the classical way of using Inertia and see how our team does that, there is a course, Vue Inertia in Laravel 11. So if we zoom in, there's a specific lesson from Vue plus API to Vue Inertia. I will put the link to that full course in the description below. That's it for this time, and see you guys in other videos.